Dear Dolores, D-E-A-R. This is an animal. As I'm writing this letter, I'm eating potato chips, and I'm starting to get thirsty. And you know this is pathetic, right? Tell me what you're trying to say.
I don't know. Yeah, I'll miss her.
Then say that. But do it in a manner that no one else has ever done it before.
We're looking at this movie now 58 years after the events, and not a whole lot has changed.
No, it would be wonderful if we could say, can you believe it used to be like that? Hard to believe, isn't it? That was only 50 years ago, and there was racism. But yeah, that was one of the things that drew me to it. I realized how it resonates today more than ever.
You may not know this, but you're known for some pretty wild comedies. And
Did not know that.
yeah. This is a departure, and from what we've seen you direct in the past.
It is, but it wasn't a conscious effort to do something different. I always just kind of took the next thing that came along. I should have, thought about it more and tried something like this years ago. But I really just waited for the thing that came along, and this just fell into my lap, and I had to do it. But yeah, I guess it is a departure.
Mahershala, you're playing Don Shirley now. I guess he passed away a few years ago. World-class concert pianist here who decided to take on this road trip. So how did you prepare to play him, and somebody was that adept at obviously music?
The first thing I had was this documentary that he appears in. That gave me, because you can't really find footage on him. His music is alive and well on iTunes, and I really tried to experience him as much as possible through his music, which is what I do with every character anyway, in terms of like creating sort of a sonic roadmap for characters. But listen to his music, watch the documentary, read what I could about him. I took some piano lessons with Chris Bowers, and really leaned on the script and Nick Vallelonga, and who had met with him several times. And even when Nick had spoke with Dr. Shirley, he had asked him to not make the film until after he passed away. And for reasons you may understand in watching the film, but he was a really private man.
I'm so glad I got to do this movie with you guys. I mean, this is a movie that was made in a spirit of joyous collaboration, really, more than most of the movies I've done. I mean, and I've been in some good ones, but this was really fun, and you felt like the crew was rooting for you. I felt like we were rooting for each other. And, it's, I mean, a lot of that spirit of joyous collaboration is down to you, Pete, you and your leadership in this. And I hope that a lot of people see it, because I think that spirit is contagious. It's a really well-directed, completely original story that inspires you that invites you to think and to feel. I think people will be moved, potentially, will laugh, and will take away something profound. It invites you to think and feel, but it never tells you to think and feel. It never preaches. It doesn't divide. It gives us hope. And, I mean, in the times we're living in, that's a pretty good accomplishment, I think.